Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Andre Ward. Andre Ward has came out a couple days ago and he's talking about retirement again. Now, the first time around, I didn't comment on that because I was more focused on other news. Um, Obviously, if I were to comment on him, I was gonna go at him and ridicule him like I'm gonna do in this video for talking about retirement. Okay, now for one thing, Andre, you are obligated to fight Sergey Kovalev in a rematch. All right. Now, you better not duck the rematch because of the way the fight ended. Yes, there's people who still believe that you lost the fight, which are more your naysayers or whatnot. It was a very close fight. Could have gone either way, and the way it ended does warrant a rematch, and you have to give Kovalev that rematch, whether Kovalev is crying like a bitch that he is or not. Now, I picked up this article on badlefthook.com. He said some interesting things, not only about retirement, but also what he said about his performance against Kovalev. He said, quote, look, if you feel that Kovalev edged out or whatsoever, that may be the case, then that's fine. But anyone crying robbery, it doesn't add up, which I agree. There's no way you could say he won the fight by 3, 4, 5 points, which I do agree as well. It just didn't happen. Look, we got up from the knockout, or he's applying himself and his team. We got up from that knockdown, and we took over the fight, and we took it to another gear, which is true. That's what I seen. Kovalev didn't match that, which is true. And I've been arguing with some of these guys about this, that Kovalev did not adjust towards adjustment. After the knockdown, after the momentum that he had in the first 3 rounds, he lost it. He faded. He didn't adapt to Ward's adjustments. He literally made so many mistakes in the ring, such as not cutting off the ring, didn't attack Ward's body to neutralize his movement, and did not know how to fight in the inside. He was clinching way too many times, and obviously, I believe that was the reason why he was weakened by that, all that excessive clinching. And people are saying that Ward was the one that was clinching. I don't know if they got any eyes or need their glasses checked. The eyesight's evaluated whatsoever, but hey, that's their opinion. They're going to have a very biased opinion on a certain situation, particularly their disdain against Andre Ward. But it is what it is. But back to this retirement talk. Okay, now he was a little disappointed in Kovalev's performance, and this is what else he had to say. He said, "Here, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest, and this is not taking anything away from Kovalev, but in my book, he's always going to be a champion. But I expected more from him in the ring. When you hear about the invisible character that the media has portrayed, I expected more. I expected more. I expected to see the Crusher when he got tough in that fight, and I didn't see the Crusher. Well, I would slightly disagree with you there, Andre, because the Crusher did knock you down in the first round, and in the second round, and you were hurt, from that stinging jabs in the first couple rounds. So that was the best from Kovalev. But like I said, I guess you're just trying to sidestep the fact that he, I know what Andre is doing right here, because when he's making that quote, he's trying to play the psychological game that, to me, I think he is hinting a rematch right there. But he's trying to get into Kovalev's head to make him believe that what he did in the ring, despite the knockdown, didn't have no effect on him. So I think that's much of a ploy when he made that comment. So I know this video is more about him talking about retirement and all that. If he's serious about it, I don't know. But then again, if he is, then yeah, I'm going to go in on him on this after I read these quotes. But that line right there is, to me, somewhat of an indication that he's definitely going to take that rematch. Anyhow, he went on further to say that I didn't see the next gear that he had. I saw a fighter who I didn't see the next gear that he had. I saw a fighter that used to be in the front runner. I saw a fighter that used to have things his way, and when it didn't work out like that, he couldn't match the intensity, which is true. I obviously didn't appreciate the excuses and everything he made up for the fight, and I expected more from him. Now, what Ward was referring to is that Kovalev has recently came out, and yes, he's been bitching, he's been complaining, he's been crying conspiracy, he's been throwing his trainer under the bus. Now he's trying to, more like he's going to be switching trainers and find a trainer in Russia, which I don't think that makes much of a difference. But then again, every fighter has a right to switch trainers if they feel that they need to get, if they feel they can get the right person into their camp to help make the necessary adjustments they need to win in future fights. Now, I know some have argued that what Kovalev doing is a mistake. Okay, fine. Some are arguing that some who's going after those who have stated their opinions about that are saying that's bullshit. Kovalev has a right to go get a Russian trainer. Okay, that's fine. But let's not take away that many great fighters have switched trainers over time. Vander Holyfield, for example, switched trainers after his first loss against Riddick Bowe. He got Emmanuel Stewart in to help him, make some adjustments that he need to win the rematch against Bowe, which many people felt that he couldn't win it. That's one. And Oscar De La Hoya was notorious for switching trainers on and off even when he was on his winning streak during his time as a junior lightweight, light welterweight, and especially at welterweight. He was notorious for switching trainers. And the only trainer that he pretty much was stabilized for his, for the longevity of his career was with Floyd Mayweather Sr. But other than that, here's the difference between those guys versus Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev is an uncoachable guy, okay? And based off the findings that the findings and the information I've been gathering, he does not like to take any input from anyone. And this is what Abel Sanchez has alluded to a while back, that Kovalev is a very uncoachable guy. He doesn't like to take direction. He wants to do things his way. So when Kovalev throws his trainer under the bus, he's trying to, obviously he's undermining John David Jackson for making him the fighter that he is now. But I don't know if John David Jackson should get full credit for that, because Kovalev is a guy, like I said, who wants to do things his way, and his way has always worked. He doesn't like to give direction to anyone, take direction from anyone. And another thing about, going to the points about Kovalev making excuses and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, he's complaining about American judges and all that stuff. He's still alluding to that point. And he's also alluded to that the reason why that pay-per-view didn't do well, because Andre Ward's a born fighter. Well, first of all, Kovalev, you bitch-ass dick knocked down Andre Ward. And after that, you couldn't capitalize on a knockdown, so you faded. Okay? First of all, it was a good fight. Two styles make fights, okay? Andre Ward doesn't have the exciting style. We all know that. But you can't blame that performance on him. It was you. You were the one who was marketed it as well. You were pretty much the headliner right next to Ward. You guys are co-headliners for this, co-headliners. You guys were the main attraction for this pay-per-view. Okay? It's not Andre Ward's fault that you couldn't finish the fight. It was your doing. You didn't capitalize on it. You faded. You made many mistakes in the ring. So you need to go back and fix those mistakes and stop crying and blaming outside, external factors for your loss. Like Costa Zeus said, your mentor. Okay? Oh, my God, this crybaby, I swear. But then again, he is owed the rematch. Now, as far as Andre is concerned, the reason why he's talking about retirement now, because he's trying, he's pretty much on the he's alluded to the fact that he is now the guy who gets to dictate terms for the rematch, and he wants a certain amount of dollars. Now, that has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, that he's asking for more money for the rematch, which I think it has rubbed me the wrong way as well, because I don't think Andre has already got paid enough for that fight. If he could get another million in the purse, okay, so be it. Make it happen somehow. But if not, still take the rematch, man, because again, you owe us that rematch based off the outcome of that fight and how close it was. Fans deserve it. All right, and another thing I would like to say too is, Andre, if you find some type of legal maneuver to get out of that rematch, don't expect to get ridiculed, because you will. You will get ridiculed not only by your detractors, but you're definitely going to get ridiculed by me, because that will go down as one of the biggest ducks in history if you do that. And you will be in line with Lennox Lewis when he did that to Vitaly Klitschko. Okay, because we all remember when Lennox got through that tough fight against Vitaly while it lasted. He was lucky enough to bust him up in his face, where it was so grotesque that the referee had to stop the fight, and Vitaly was losing so much blood that it was weakening him. Lennox promised Vitaly the rematch. If you guys noticed that little in-ring scuffle, after the fight, but he elected to retire instead. So obviously Lennox got ridiculed for that, and he deserved it, because you promised a man a rematch and you gonna just abruptly retire. But yeah, you could look at it from another perspective that he felt that he had nothing left to prove there. You could say the same about Andre because Andre, well, I mean, I would somewhat disagree with that a little bit because I think he still needs to clean out. He needs to fight the top guys at the light heavyweight. Opposed to Lennox, Lennox actually fought all the people that he can at heavyweight, and he beat all the guys that he's faced. So that's a little bit of a difference there. Now, again, Andre, you need to take the rematch. There's no question about it. End of story. Now, someone asked me to make a video about the Manny Pacquiao situation that he's demanding 20 million to fight Crawford, and then Crawford's demanding 7 million to take the fight. Yeah, I mean, I'll make a video on that eventually. I mean, shortly after this one, I'll offer my take on it. But in the meantime, Andre, take the rematch, get it out the way, win, lose, or draw. You'll get respect. But again, I'm not sure if your detractors will respect you, but it is what it is. That's all I have to say. I'm out.